Before this video starts, I want to talk about this video. Friday was Remembrance Day here in Canada, and it's a day of thanks. I know the ramifications of uploading a video like this on a week like this, but I gotta say that I'm not uploading a World War II game to joke or gloat, but to pay my respects, and to hopefully educate anyone unknowing. I want to say thanks to those that fought in the battles to keep me safe and free. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the brave men and women that fought for me. I may be a young man, but I can't imagine what they went through. If you are unsure what Remembrance Day here is in Canada or want to learn more, I left a website and a video at the top of the description. And I want to have a 5-second moment of silence for those that gave me the freedom to even do this. Sniperelite V2 Remastered is a game from Rebellion Developments and released in 2012. Now I'm playing the remastered version, but after using Wikipedia I found that they added a photo mode, new playable characters, and updated graphics, so nothing that is too important. And so any further talk about this game is from the 2012 version and not the remastered that came from 2019. Sniperelite V2 follows an American OSS soldier as he struggles against the German V2 program, all before the Russians can take the plans for themselves. The story is told via these intro texts, which are all voice acted and written well, and this is how I remember the story from mission to mission. Since I won't even lie, I played this game while watching a show on the side. That's not to say that the story is bad or boring, just that the gameplay loop can be more of an arcade experience than those of like the AAA franchise. I found myself really enjoying the game, but not for the reasons I'm sure the devs intended. I like this game for its never-ending action. Every second I'm running down a hallway or rounding a corner, there's always someone or something I need to worry about. From tanks to snipers, I'm always on edge no matter the location. Even when rounding an area that seems secure, 2 people will randomly pop out of the church and kill you. And then I went back and I couldn't even find them. But back to the story. You were given a target for each level, usually being a man that needs a quick whacking. There are a couple of levels where you need to grab information or save someone. But for a broad description of the missions that you'll face is this. Start somewhere random, kill some Germans, find the objective, secure the objective, and leave before dying. This is the story beat of every level. Does it get old? Well, funny enough, no, it doesn't. I mean, sure, it's basic level design, but every environment changes the way the game feels. Night can feel stealthier, thunder and rain is scary, and morning is the time for bloodshed. There are a few exceptions to the basic formula. In some of the later missions, you're tasked with defending yourself while a V2 rocket gets refueling. This mission breaks that mold, but only by a little. You'll start in random location, still fight enemies, and still destroy the V2 and make it out. And I only remember this mission so well because I encountered one of the worst checkpoints of my life. Our hero and protagonist are 2nd Lieutenant Karl Fairburne, a German-American OSS operative who was inserted into Berlin in 1945. The German V2 program is needing a couple of scientists, and we are tasked with killing these men before they are employed by the Nazi Party or even the eager Soviets. Our first mission was to assassinate German Major General Hans von Eisenberg as he meets with a Soviet agent to defect to Russia. However, he later escapes and we are given a new target, Dr. Gunther Kradel, an expert in rocket engines who is being escorted out of the city in a military convoy. And here we find the vital information that leads us to the V2 rocket production plants. After destroying the plant, he obtained clues on a hiding scientist defecting to the Americans. After saving the scientist from immediate danger, he is mortally wounded from the Soviets who are here to capture the man. After dying, we are given information on Bonn, but not knowing what to make of the info, we are set on our next path, killing Connell and Mueller. After a long shot, Fairburne takes down the target, and that was the last target before our main villain, Dr. Wolf. But before we can eliminate the man of the hour, we need to know his exact location. After finding clues in a notebook, we head to one of the V2 rocket fueling plants and stop the impending doom before it can detonate in London. After this, Fairburne heads back to the location he killed von Eisen, the very first mission that only happened days ago. And as Dr. Wolf attempts to leave his car, we line up our shot and deliver the final blow. Fairburne stands atop of the building as flags blow in the wind. A new war begins.
The war ended, but already a new war was beginning, the Cold War, and I was its first soldier.
This campaign makes a lot of sense when reading about it, but during gameplay it can get a little confusing as each mission blends together. I said earlier that you start randomly, and this is true. The game lacks any sniping potential, and by that I mean how a sniper should normally act. Now before I embarrass myself with my sniper knowledge, just know that I am making this assumption on very little confirmation. But shouldn't snipers be out on posts or camped up in buildings, getting the high ground? I mean, the snipers in this game are all on rooftops, yet we are always set in a low part of the map, or even sometimes right next to someone, but never in a sniper location. I get that this game would be extremely boring if we kept spawning in sniper outposts and killing our targets, but even a mission or two where we're already there and have to escape would be nice. Even an ambush in this game is still us climbing up towers to blow up bridges instead of in a spot and ambushing them from there. And of course I realize that we are a one-man army, climbing and are fighting our way to the top, but that could still happen. Still have the fighting, still have the climbing, just maybe have it fade to later or the next day. Show us that a sniper can wait with intense patience. You know what I don't have patience for? The way that enemies behave in this game. Specifically, these snipers are just obnoxious. So when walking around, you'll have to deal with a lot of enemies, and of course, some of these are snipers. But how do you know where the snipers are? Beats me. Wait, actually, I know. Getting shot, of course. Really, the only way to know where these snipers are is to let them snipe at you when you're in the open. I tried aiming in, and they saw me. I tried to use my scope, they saw me. Now I get that these snipers are supposed to be hidden, hard to see, but in gameplay this doesn't really work. Now they do have that white glare that all snipers have in video games, but the problem is they don't glare until they spot you, and since that's when they aim in. So the only way to really spot these guys well enough before they shoot you is to, well, let them shoot you. And the best part is that it actually is the best way, as the sniper doesn't deal a lot of damage, at least not on medium difficulty. There is also the problem of the AI being able to shoot you from a large distance. On this level, I shoot my target, but every single enemy near me starts shooting. Now it makes sense that they would be suspicious of the dude that just shot their truck, but to know the exact location of where that shot came from is a little weird. If that was the case, a lot of snipers would be dead right now. They also know where you are in the moment you shoot, and this wouldn't be a major problem if the game had the correct amount of stealth. Like in most games, the balance between guns blazing and stealthy combat must be equalized. Most games go for a 50-50 approach and have the game a choice. Either run and kill everyone, or be patient and wait for the right moment. But the case for Sniper Elite is a bit more frustrating. You are given 3 weapons to best deal with the situation at hand: the trusty sniper, a submachine gun, and a silenced pistol. The sniper is of course your main weapon, being very useful in long ranges and can insta-kill anyone with 1 bullet. The submachine gun is used for close combat situations, or for when 2 enemies have jumped you. And finally the pistol is your tool for killing enemies without alerting a soul. Just shoot them. Oop, one more. One more? Okay, just one more? I think you get where I'm going here. What in the actual hell is this aiming method? The pistol is just bad. Flat out, no bullshit. 4 shots to kill 1 person? Not to mention that the aim is just bad. Even if you aim at the head, which I'm sure some of you are yelling me to do, it will just miss. Luckily this weapon is silenced, so even though these guys are bleeding, they have no idea that you're standing 3 feet away slowly killing them with what only can be described as a beanbag gun. And there's the same problem with the Thompson. Just like the pistol, it doesn't aim well. I swear I'll go through the entire mag on 1 person as I awkwardly sit there shooting and they crouch down. And the sniper is good. Yep, the weapon that's in the name is the best weapon. Shocker. But what I didn't tell you is that it's the only usable weapon. The entire game I spent using this thing. Close quarters, afar, even medium ranges. This thing one-shots, is accurate, and never fails to earn a kill. And here's the thing, this game has a huge problem, and that huge problem happens to be stealth. While this game has a method to the madness, it's far from the best. The silenced potato launcher you carry around is your only weapon that can kill without alerting anyone. You can walk up slowly behind and kill the person, but that involves you walking out of cover, meaning it's the worst option for stealth. Yep, it's the worst option since it's only 2. Throughout the game, you will obtain new snipers.
1. Beautiful. The Russians sure know how to make a sniper rifle.
but these don't have any stealth options. They're just semi-automatic or bolt action. In fact, you have no options. It's crazy to think that throughout this entire game, you can't be a sniper. You will never be able to change your weapons, or add attachments, or even just a suppressor to the sniper. You can't customize your character, but that doesn't really offend me. I like having a character that doesn't change. The entire game I was waiting for the moment where I could snipe at someone without getting shot at. There is a problem with what I'm telling you. I'm lying. There is a way to shoot the sniper without being caught, but it's kinda dumb. Essentially, a loud noise will sound, and an icon will appear in the top right corner. This means that you can do whatever the hell you want. Even snipe someone in front of another someone to get away with it. I swear, I'm not lying about that part. You could shoot someone's balls off, and the guy standing right beside him would just seem like he had spontaneous balls explodus. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the main appeal of this game, sniper physics. I mean, after all, this game is called Sniper Elite, and oh boy, this game has some cool effects. So, the controls are basic, but I'll cover them quickly so I can pass this era of the video. L2 is to aim normally, or badly, depending on how you view it. R2 is to shoot, and all your basic controls are here too, crouching, running, and vaulting. But the difference between games like Sniper Elite V2 and other World War II games is the bullet scenes. So to aim down sights with your sniper, you hold L1. This brings up your reticle. You can also hold R1 to steady your breathing. This is a pretty iconic part of the game as a whole, and once holding your breath, time will slow and a reticle will appear in the middle of your screen. This red marker shows where the bullet will land, and updates depending on your location. If you hit an enemy anywhere inside their hitbox and not graze them, the camera will follow the bullet, trailing behind with sound effects, and after impacting the body, will show the bullet passing through. Depending on how you shoot and how good your aim is, the bullet can hit multiple locations. The heart, kidneys, liver, eyes, and yes, even the balls. You can also do some really cool other things as well. Like if you hit the grenade on the build, it will explode, and even kill 2 in 1 with the explosion. And you can get collaterals by shooting the first guy, and as the second shell flies out and penetrates the second guy. And I've been trying to shoot an enemy sniper through the scope, but to no avail. There are a couple of missions that exemplify these sniper mechanics, like Tiergarten Flak Tower, where you're tasked with killing General from a tower miles away. It has moments of close quarters and medium ranges, and near the end you have a really cool set piece where you have your target and have to do one of the things the game promised you, sniping. Or Kopernik launch site, where you have to sneak up to the V2 rocket, defending yourself while it refills, and then shoot the tiny fuel entry point to explode the thing. Even the last mission has you go back and kill Wolf with a crazy end scene that we saw earlier. There are a couple of things to do once you complete the main campaign, and they're interesting. You could do something called Kill Tally, where you survive for a period of time. This is just an expansion of the V2 rocket mission, but probably a bit worse. Did I say probably? Well, probably, since I didn't play this. Since doesn't that sound boring? No objective, no villain, just simple shooting, which I got 7 hours of. There are challenges that you can do, the killing Himmly one, or defeating an outpost and things like that. It's more World War II storytelling from an already great story. And if you do pick these up, play the Assassinate the Fiora one. It's a little weird structure-wise, but really fun to kill Himmly. There is a corporate section, but this seems to be broken now. Or there isn't a lobby available. Either way, this seems a bit strange since this game came out only years ago, and this already is down. I can only assume that this would be you and a friend taking on missions together, which sounds like a bit of fun, and it's too bad I couldn't experience it. Multiplayer is something that can only be described, well, if I could have found a real match. I found one match during my troubles, and it was with 2 other guys. We were playing a match of TDM, and oh boy, with a 2v1, this game was really boring. I guess with more players I could see the fun, but here's where I think the game's mechanics interfere with the multiplayer at hand. So normally you could stand under cover, right? Allowing you to see any AI that are coming towards you. Well, this is still in the game. So yes, you can just sit there under cover for hours without ever getting seen. As well as close quarter sniping just feeling off for some reason. And the maps were just awful. Anyways, these guys didn't want to swap off TDM, so I left them. Sniper Elite V2's Remastered is a game I'm glad I could play. Me and my dad would play this demo over and over again of just this level, and holds a lot of memories for me, and I'm glad I got to play it on my PS4. The game is interesting, interactive, and has some really great storytelling. I could go for some cutscenes like campaigns in Call of Duty, and there is a really good attention to detail from maps to even the menus. This game has brought me exactly 5 hours, 21 minutes, and 51 seconds of happiness. But due to the limitations of a game from 2012, it can't be perfect. And with a whack level weapon system, a customization system, and stealth, I'm going to give Sniperelite V2 Remastered a 7.4 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the names on screen. You guys have been loving the Garden Warfare 2 video, and while I'm sure most of you won't want to watch this one, Garden Warfare should be coming next. Wink, wink. And if you want your name to appear here in the next video, leave a like and a comment. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Stay intelligent.